Well, we're out here again. We're getting ready to do a bunch of cutting and all that. I gotta take down the rakers on my saw here. Sean's just about to sharpen his little chainsaw here for
Hey, don't call it little, it's got feelings.
his big, gigantic little chainsaw.
Hey, don't call it little, give it feelings.
He gets offended over it. It's his baby, so I gotta be careful. But anyways, he's about to file it.
Don't hurt its feelings, it's got feelings.
He says it's got feelings. You don't want to hurt it.
Here, we gotta see how this thing went.
So he's got it locked. Oh. He's got it set in wrong here. You have to have it set properly so it doesn't stop.
Oh, up a little higher.
And then we're going into that bush over there and doing a bunch of cutting. I gotta offload a bunch of stuff so we have some more room for the firewood. Doing some wood splitting today out in the bush.
You know, if we're gonna do these films, I need a pair of suspenders so they don't look at my ass crack the whole time.
Well, sorry to say, you just gonna have to put up with it for today, I guess.
Any lumberjack should have a set of suspenders.
So we're the bushwhacking, bushmen, firewood cutting, splitting, tree cutting, and just anything and everything to do with the great outdoors.
Yeah, tree cutting, splitting things, and that's what we do, you know. Like Bushman there.
Just like that.
Like you take that and then you just do that kind of thing like that. Then you just grab it and you pile it over here.
A lot of people out there like to get really technical with things. All we do is we get our axe and we just split it. But you gotta at least try to
hit it in the middle.
Hit it right where it's supposed to be hit.
Like sometimes you hit knots and stuff and you make a real big dummy out of yourself, you know? You don't want to do that.
So that first one was an example of what not to do. And maybe this one too, because it's got a lot of knots in it, but
yeah, you just kind of...
Nope, that one was good.
So fast, you know, I can't even... Here's a little trick I learned in the good old days is if you're ever like you need to lift it up, you can just go like that if you don't want to bend over. Pile it up like this.
But when you got a big splitting maul, you can't. It's just too thick. Now the rest of these are ideal for the small axe.
There, I don't even have to lift. See, I can just pile like that.
This is how you lift up the wood.
You just like that.
You go like this, friend.
Like this.
You pick it up, one in each hand, and you pile it in between the trees. Scope out another tree.
So, what I like to do is split my wood. I just take my axe and hit the wood. If the wood don't go, it means that you hit a knot. And you want to try splitting it. another angle. They come in an angle, and look at that. See? I went around the knot. You want to go around your knots, you don't want to try to go right through your knots. Oh, watch out for holes. So here's Andre. He's going to drop this big tree here. Okay. Here, just wait before he cuts it. I'll show you something, guys. As you can see, the tree has been marked. So usually when you see the X on the tree, that means it's ready to go.
So, if you observe the area, you can tell that our best option is to try to go that way.
That way, onto the trail.
So, we're going to get started.
Always a habit to get into, guys, is keep your eyes at the top of your tree while you're cutting because it vibrates the tree. Andre! Make sure you're looking at the top of the tree. Because it could vibrate, branches could shake, and they could fall down in your head. It's always good to keep an eye on the top of your tree while you're cutting. Just remember that, guys. And there you go, timber. Now we're gonna get him cutting. There he is, cutting with the chainsaw. We can even go around. One cut.
Now this is Sean's saw, so I'm gonna let him do that. I'll take that. He lets me use it, thankfully. He's a nice guy, but it is his saw, so we'll let him cut this.
So whenever I'm cutting wood, I always make sure I wear my safety glasses. Sometimes they fog up and you can't see out of them, but at least they protect your eyes.
Always a smart thing.
Got the light bulb a little bit. The other thing is you wear your headgear, safety, keep your ears hearing.
So another thing I'm going to show you guys is sometimes you want to steer the tree in a certain direction, so you'll leave a little bit of a thicker end on the side that you want the tree to fall towards.
So that's my cutting. Now we're gonna go to Andre. He's gonna start splitting. What you can always do for somebody, make it faster, is you can pick up the wood before them and start setting them up.
Now that one's naughty one.
That way he can just come, right, and split.
So sometimes I'm going to show them something here. So sometimes you get knots, really bad knots. You can see you have a knot here, 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 and here. So we know it's a really bad piece and it's not going to split easy. So but you'll also notice the knots are closer to this end. So you have more of a chance splitting it from this end. The reason is the axe has more time to get through the wood before it stops at the knots. I really should use
The maul.
the splitting maul on this one, but we'll see.
No.
Now you see that? Just what I said. You have more of a chance from this side. So now you want to give it a flick. I'm a little rusty, but I'll get it. So that's what you do sometimes. Oh. Now this one's a little naughty at that end. So we'll flip it.
There you go.
And that's that whole tree. Now you just got to stack it and move on to the next
So all
one.
those small pieces you're not going to split, you're just going to leave them?
Yeah, those are all good. And like you said, use the axe. Makes life easier.
Oh yeah, I'll pile. You split, so you hold the camera now. My turn.
You want to pile it?
Sure.
Okay.
My turn.
He's going to show you how to use the axe to help you from bending over. There's a lot of people with bad backs these days, but it shouldn't stop them from doing firewood. Because there's ways around having to bend over.
Yeah, I got a gut.
Especially when you got a big gut. It's quite hard. It cuts off your air.
So I go like this, right? Foot on, pull back. Turn your saw, turn your thing, down, turn around, up, down, foot up, down. There.
So this is the part of the video where I speed it up and it all gets piled real quick.
So here's my 2 knots here. One here, one here. I'm going to want to split right in between. Right in the middle from here. Oh!
So
So flip it over.
as you can see, all the knots are closer to that end. So what he's going to do is he's going to try the other end. And we'll see what happens here. Perfect, just like butter. Now, a lot of people would be probably saying, well, why aren't you using a log splitter? Well, the thing is
You only get stronger by doing it.
if you start to depend on a log splitter, well then, first of all, things are going to be a lot slower because you have to go through all that extra time to get the log splitter, to gas it up, move it, maneuver it around where you want to use it. And you're not developing abilities and skills. There's a lot more to splitting firewood than what people think. And back in the day, this is all they did. All they used was an axe to heat their cabins and stuff, and their teepees and whatever.
And then if you can't reach down and get it, you can pop it up like that with your foot for your second piece.
Now, something to keep in mind when you're buying an axe, if you want to be able to do what Sean's doing here, it has to be a sharp, thin tip. If it's not a thin tip on it, it's not going to work. You're just going to split your wood every time, or it's going to bounce out.
Got. You know what you do? I can't bend over to reach it, so what I do, step on my wood, pop it up. Less bending.
So the reason why we're putting it in between the trees is because, first of all, it helps keep things organized. Second of all, it's going to build it up off the ground. And when the crew comes in, all the kids and everything, to come and pick it up, it's going to be in plain sight. They won't have to bicker and complain. It's all right there for them to see. And it's ready to go.
What I can do for these last ones, it's just a quick little.
Nice little arm load. Now you're probably wondering, why am I not helping? Well, we're kind of poor right now. We don't even own our own stand to put our phone on or anything, so I have to hold it right now in order to get some footage so that you guys are all happy. Happy dappy. But we're going to get our own tripod.
Here, you take this and I'll film you now.
Okay.
So there's other wood over there that needs to be piled.
All right.
There's actually 2 rocks right there, Andre.
Yeah, we're going to start a new pile. So sometimes, if you want to save yourself a lot of walking, chuck it out. Now I really should have some gloves doing this.
You want to wear mine?
At least one.
Or the other hand?
Other hand. Always have a friend when you're out doing this stuff, because you never know when you might need a glove. You don't want to cut a whole pile of trees all at once. You want to focus on one at a time. That way you don't make a big mess in the bush. Nothing worse than tripping over trees all day long.
My chainsaw is dull, so I think we might have to go sharpen it or call it a day.
You gotta watch. what time of day?
It's 3:30.
All right, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow we can have a full day if we
Tomorrow
come early.
we're gonna put in some more time tomorrow because we're set. We have everything we need. We just gotta deal with our chainsaws and get out at a decent time.
Today's just a setup day.
So we got enough done for a bad day today. We need to get a fresh start tomorrow. So that's it.
All right. Well, see you later, guys. Thanks for watching.